Something enormous is hiding out there, far beyond the reach of our telescopes, far beyond the maps we trust, far beyond everything we thought we understood about the universe. Tonight, we bring you breaking evidence, evidence that scientists tried to dismiss, tried to redefine, tried to bury under layers of equations and formal reports. But the numbers didn't bend, the light didn't lie, and the universe itself seems to be whispering a warning. Because somewhere in the cosmic deep, a structure so large, so impossible, so violently contradictory to the very rules of cosmology, has been found. And the moment you see what it truly is, you will understand why so many researchers refuse to speak publicly about it. They call it a supercluster. But that word is almost an insult to the things sitting out there in the dark. It's not a cluster, it's not a wall, it's not a filament, it behaves like a continent of galaxies, stitched together in a way the universe is not supposed to allow. A structure so massive that just talking about it forces some of the most respected cosmologists in the world to break into nervous laughter. Because if this object really exists, then something is terribly wrong. Either with our maps, our physics, or our understanding of how reality forms. The first signal came quietly, just a strange overdensity in one of the largest sky surveys ever conducted. Astronomers assumed it was a glitch, an artifact, one more pixel error floating inside the hundreds of terabytes of data. But then the second survey confirmed it, and the third one didn't just confirm, it expanded it. The structure wasn't small, wasn't local, wasn't a statistical mistake. It was real, unmistakably real, a colossus made of galaxies, stretching across a distance so gigantic that the light from one side hasn't even reached the other side yet. Think about that, a single structure where parts of it have never communicated, yet somehow they align. Somehow they move as if they belong together. How is that possible? Cosmology says there is a limit, an absolute limit, to how big structures in the universe can grow. It's called the cosmic homogeneity scale. Beyond that distance, matter should smooth out like mist. No shapes, no patterns, no giant structures, everything even, everything blended, everything obeying the cold, mathematical rules of expansion. So why is this thing bigger than the limit? Why does it exist at all? The light coming from it flickers through gravitational distortions so extreme that even the most seasoned scientists paused before presenting their findings. They knew what would happen. The moment this became public, the questions would explode. Are the cosmic rules broken? Has the universe been lying to us? Or did someone, or something, interfere in ways we never imagined? The object was first estimated to be 1.2 billion light-years across. Then revised to 1.8, then over 3 billion, and with each update, the tone in the scientific community changed, shifted, from interesting anomaly, to impossible structure, to something much darker. How do you explain a structure so large it violates the very framework of the Big Bang model? How do you explain something that looks intentional? Of course, no one will say that publicly. Not yet, but behind closed doors, in quiet conference rooms and encrypted emails obtained by independent researchers, a pattern appears. A pattern of fear, not fear of aliens or science fiction fantasies. Fear of being wrong, fear of having to rewrite the textbooks, fear of losing the foundation of cosmology itself. The structure behaves like a giant gravitational continent, pulling galaxies into formations that no supercomputer can reproduce. Simulations break, models collapse. When scientists try to recreate it, the universe refuses to generate anything this extreme. Nothing this massive forms naturally, not in 13.8 billion years. Not under any known physical process. And yet, it's there. When the first full 3D reconstruction was generated, one of the lead researchers reportedly whispered, "This shouldn't exist." Another walked out of the room and didn't return for hours. These are not people who scare easily. These are people who spend their lives studying the cold, predictable behavior of cosmic matter. They're not supposed to gasp. They're not supposed to panic. And yet this structure, this impossible, monstrous formation, forced them to. What you're about to hear next has only appeared in research notes and private discussions. The alignment patterns inside the structure don't match random clustering. They don't match gravitational collapse. They don't match cosmic web geometry. Instead, they resemble something disturbingly similar to organization. Not conscious organization, at least not as far as anyone can claim. But something that hints at order, at design, at mechanisms we do not yet understand. Scientists insist it's natural, because admitting otherwise would ignite a firestorm. But every data point keeps bending toward one forbidden possibility. What if the universe is not as uniform as we believe? What if structures can form faster than the speed of expansion allows? What if we are looking at the signature of ancient physics, physics older than the Big Bang itself? Or worse, what if this is a clue that our universe was shaped, influenced, or molded by forces we have never detected? The deeper astronomers look, the stranger it gets. Portions of the structure appear to echo each other, mirrored arcs of galaxies, repeating shapes, almost like fractal fingerprints stretched across billions of light years. Patterns repeating where no communication is possible. Patterns that behave as if they were synchronized. How can you synchronize galaxies separated by cosmic horizons? How do you coordinate matter that has never touched, never interacted, never shared a photon? Even the temperature of the cosmic microwave background around the structure dips, slightly, but consistently, as if something that massive is warping not just space, but the history of the universe itself. How does a structure reach back in time and leave fingerprints on the oldest light in existence? Researchers tried to assign it a name, but every proposed label sounded small. Supercluster was the best the scientific community could agree on, but the word is laughably inadequate. This is not a supercluster. This is a continent the size of cosmological theory itself. A violation printed in starlight. A contradiction you can point a telescope at. And there is something else, something even more unsettling. The edges of the structure don't fade gradually. They cut, as if the object has a boundary, a frontier, a place where the normal cosmic web suddenly stops and this thing begins. Nature rarely draws straight lines. The universe rarely forms edges. So why does this structure have one? Some astronomers have begun analyzing the mass distribution inside. What they found shouldn't be possible. The gravitational field behaves as if the structure is heavier on the outside and lighter toward the center. The opposite of galaxy clusters, the opposite of dark matter expectations, the opposite of everything we know about large-scale formation. It's hollowing outward, expanding from the edges inward, growing in a direction we do not understand. Is it a natural anomaly? A relic of ancient physics? A flaw in the cosmic simulation, if this is one? Or the aftermath of something that once moved through the early universe, leaving behind a colossal wake? Each new measurement pushes the mystery deeper. Each new survey increases the size. Each attempt to explain it makes the rules we trusted feel thinner, weaker, almost fragile. And the closer we look, the more one question refuses to go away. If the universe is not following its own laws, whose laws is it following? The more scientists analyze this structure, the more it seems like a message written in gravity, a warning carved across billions of light years. A message we were never supposed to read. A message that hints at forces that shaped the cosmos long before Earth existed, and could still be shaping it now. And this is only the beginning. Because what happens next will challenge everything we believe about where the universe came from, and where it's going. But the real shock began when researchers noticed something even more disturbing, something subtle, something easy to overlook unless you were searching for it. Hidden inside the immense structure were pockets of galaxies whose motions didn't match the cosmic expansion at all. Instead of drifting outward, as everything in the universe should, these galaxies appeared to be pivoting, turning in slow arcs as though responding to a gravitational command coming from a single, central axis. Imagine billions of stars moving together like a synchronized swarm. Imagine a cosmic dance where every step defies the rules of physics. Why would galaxies behave as if they are part of one coordinated mechanism? And what could possibly be controlling such a vast machine? As soon as this rotational anomaly was identified, the first whispers began. Was this the signature of unknown physics, something older, deeper, more fundamental than dark matter? Or was it evidence that the early universe contained forces capable of shaping matter on a scale we've never imagined? The kind of forces that could assemble entire continents of galaxies while the cosmos was still young and chaotic. If that's true, then the universe we see today may only be the leftover debris of something far older. Something that built, arranged, and sculpted matter long before humans existed. Investigators dug deeper, using new data from radio telescopes, space observatories, and gravitational lensing surveys. And that's when they discovered another impossible detail. The structure is not only massive, it's warm. Not physically warm, of course, but warmer than the surrounding cosmic web. A thermal signature that shouldn't be there. Light passing through it carries a faint energetic distortion, as if the structure is echoing residual heat from an event so colossal that even after billions of years, the imprint refuses to fade. What kind of event leaves behind heat scars across billions of light years? What kind of energy could shape a structure this large, Some theorists have suggested that we may be looking at the fossil remains of a pre-inflationary shockwave, something that erupted in the first split second of existence and left behind a ripple that froze into matter as the universe expanded. If that's true, then this object might be older than galaxies, older than stars, older than the cosmic microwave background itself. A scar written into the fabric of space-time, a warning left by creation. But if that were the case, why doesn't the rest of the universe show similar signs? Why is the scar isolated here? Why only one? And why does it look so structured, so deliberate? Other researchers have a different fear, a quieter, more uncomfortable one. They wonder whether this object is the result of something interacting with the early universe. Something entering it, something so large, so incomprehensibly massive that its passage rearranged matter on a cosmic scale. If such a thing existed, where did it come from? And could it return? As the data grew clearer, something else emerged. The voids around the structure, those massive cosmic hollows, are too symmetrical. Too evenly spaced, almost as if the structure pushed them away, like the bow shock of a ship cutting through water. A shape moving through the early universe would leave a wake like that. A pattern, a footprint. Are we staring at the relic of a cosmic traveler? A migration event from a time before physics stabilized? That's one theory researchers are terrified to discuss openly. The implication is too enormous, too disturbing. If a structure like this is the aftermath of something moving, then whatever moved was larger than a billion galaxies. Larger than anything we can comprehend. And if something like that moved once, what stops it from moving again? But the anomaly doesn't stop at structure, motion, or heat. There's something else, something subtle and almost poetic in its terror. Embedded within one region of the formation are repeating filaments that look eerily like encoded patterns. Not language, not symbols, but sequences. Sequences that mirror ratios found in atomic structures, growth spirals, even biological systems. Patterns that appear in nature when something is growing, dividing, or replicating. Why would the largest structure in the universe contain echoes of natural ratios found in living systems? Is this a coincidence, a statistical trick, or a sign that the laws of growth scale far beyond biology, into the cosmos itself? When researchers tried to model these repeating sequences, the simulations again collapsed. The universe simply refuses to create patterns this perfect, this synchronized, this intentional. The word intentional makes scientists recoil, but no one can deny that the structure behaves like something organizing itself. As if an ancient blueprint was embedded into the early universe, and this structure is its cathedral. One astrophysicist described it privately as the closest thing to architecture we've ever seen in space. Another called it a cosmic machine. Of course, those quotes will never appear in official papers. Academics have careers to protect. But the truth is spreading, not through journals, but through late-night messages, encrypted forums, and whispered conversations between researchers who can no longer ignore what they're seeing. There is a growing fear, almost a superstition, within cosmology. A fear that this structure is not a natural part of the universe, but a boundary of it. A shell, a limit, a curtain hiding something beyond. Some even speculate that the reason the structure has such sharp edges is because it isn't part of the cosmic web at all, but the edge of an external force pressing inward. Like the universe is being squeezed from the outside. If that's true, who or what is applying the pressure? Then came the discovery that turned quiet concern into genuine alarm. Deep within one segment of the structure, astronomers detected a thin region where galaxies appear unusually young, hundreds of millions of years younger than the galaxies around them. That should not be possible. Galaxies in a shared structure form around the same era. They grow together, age together, evolve together. So why is there a region inside this colossal object where cosmic time seems delayed? Is time passing differently there? Is something warping space-time from the inside? Or is matter being added? One independent researcher made a terrifying observation. That region of younger galaxies forms a ring. A nearly perfect circle, as if something ignited a burst of star formation in a sweeping wave. Something that moved through the structure, or awakened inside it. The data is undeniable, but interpretation? That's where the fear begins. If something is creating matter, birthing galaxies, or manipulating time, then we are looking at forces far beyond gravity. Forces that make the universe look less like a chaotic explosion and more like a controlled experiment. A system, a construct, and if the universe is a construct, then who built it? For now, the official stance in cosmology remains cautious. They call it an anomaly, a statistical outlier, a puzzle for future researchers. But behind the scenes, the tone is shifting. This structure is too large, too patterned, too disobedient to the rules we thought were unbreakable. It forces us to confront possibilities we've always avoided. What if the universe is not isotropic? What if inflation wasn't smooth? What if large-scale structures can grow beyond theoretical limits? What if something interfered during the cosmic dawn? Or the most unsettling question of all, what if this structure is only one piece of something far, far larger? Because just recently, quietly, discreetly, astronomers detected a faint continuation of the object. A thread extending beyond the map, a signal suggesting the structure isn't isolated, but connected. Connected to what? To where? How far does it extend? Is this just one limb of a cosmic organism? One segment of a blueprint too immense for our instruments to capture? We may be seeing only the edge of something enormous. Something ancient, something that rewrites the history of existence. And if the structure continues beyond our observable universe, then everything we know is trapped inside a bubble smaller than the truth. The question now isn't whether this structure breaks the rules. It's how many rules it breaks. And whether the universe will ever let us see what lies beyond it.